That was funny.
You're an artard. How much time did we just lose on our podcast? We lost almost 4 minutes.
My brain hurts.
It looks like you are in pain, Mountain Man. My Jonah Ray here is crippled.
My brain hurts after that. Oh my god.
So it's been a while since you've been on the podcast, and you decided to rape him on national podcast. That's good. That's good.
Oh my
it's good.
god.
It's great.
I come in swinging.
A lot of great things happened today. We landed on a comet. I've watched the Mountain Man be humbled. I've seen the willpower that he claimed to have had is gone.
And then he almost got murdered.
He almost got murdered. What? He almost got murdered? Oh yes, I almost got murdered in the UPS store.
Oh,
you almost got raped and murdered in the UPS store.
I was
today?
talking to him.
Why did I almost get murdered?
No, you almost murdered him.
Oh yes,
Why?
you almost got murdered by me.
For what?
The tacos.
Tacos.
Your lack of willpower is not my problem.
Yeah. This coming from the guy who threatened me
My
last
job
week.
was to break you,
Yeah.
and you have been broken.
Yeah. And you were threatening me last week because you ended up spending more than
I
expected.
spent almost $70 at the fucking comic book store.
Yeah.
So how did that go today?
Don't look at me like that.
You spent more than I did last week.
She almost got us combined.
The money you spent on comics alone, you could have probably bought the digital copies.
It was the omnibus, okay?
I'm not talking about that. How many Grimm fairy tale comics did you get?
Today?
Yes, today.
5.
It seemed a lot more than that.
Well, I also had 2 Night Greed.
Oh.
And a Silent Hill.
Oh. Can't forget those. And what'd you buy today?
I got my pops. I'm good.
I wasn't letting you leave until you bought something for yourself. Because, you're gonna go. We went through all this for you to buy something for your wife, so you have no aggro.
Yeah.
And what? If you would have left without buying something for yourself, I would have mocked you.
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't
fine.
mock you.
I bought them for me like Monday.
Yeah, which is my fault because I should have bought those. Because I was looking at those pops, and I was like, I should buy these for AJ for Christmas. So I was like, nah, they'll probably be here when I come back. Nope.
Nope, they're gone because AJ bought them himself.
Fucking asshole.
The only Tyrael, the only Murloc they had left.
Well, I don't have to worry about that no more. I don't even know what to get you now. Since you bought the only 2 things that I thought I could buy you.
Do you want me to give you a list?
Don't give me a list. I'm just buying you a goddamn Steam card.
There you go. Done.
I don't know. Why are you looking at me for?
I don't know.
I don't understand. I'm just sitting here drinking my coffee and my pinky up.
Not a Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I wanted to go to the Starbucks, but we had to go to a real Mexican restaurant today.
In Finland, apparently.
Apparently in Finland.
How did we get there?
That did not sit well with
and it's
Raider,
very
though.
wet.
I don't know who was more upset. Our food was meh at most, but Raider was more pissed that we're in Finland. I was Finland. It was very wet. I don't know what else to say. I don't know what the weather's normally like in Finland.
It's wet.
I gotta love Crackdown Wednesdays. They never go as planned.
No.
So let's talk about the Doctor Who episode, which you, of course, never watched because you're too good for everybody.
No, not exactly.
What were you watching instead?
I wasn't really watching anything. My internet was capped.
Don't. What'd you do?
How much porn?
I binge watched Doctor Who last month.
What season?
All of them.
That's a lot of Doctor Who to take in.
It is.
I got through Eccleston, and then it was like, Tennant is not sitting with me. and that's where I stopped. It's been all about Capaldi right now.
I'm up to like Matt Smith, so.
Oh, you did better than me.
Better than me.
Fuck. Okay, I take back my comment. I feel like I outed myself.
I'm well behind even further than you.
This whole season with Capaldi was hard for me because I never really watched Doctor Who before. It was kind of like Rainer's like, watch Eccleston, you like Eccleston. There was someone else who used to tell me to watch Doctor Who all the time, but I didn't watch it just to fucking spite the person because it felt like it was being forced onto me. I felt like I was the white girl and he was being Kobe, and I didn't appreciate it.
That was almost a spit take. All over me, by the way.
It would have been a little bit of spitaki on you, yes.
When it came down to Doctor Who, he was just like really forcing it on me. I just couldn't get into it. Rainer's like, listen, if you're going to start at Eccleston, you'll know if you'll like it or not. And I did like Eccleston. And I really like Capaldi. He makes sense, and he's a Celt. That's a win for me.
He's a little quirky. And
I was going to go with more crazy, but...
I wouldn't go crazy.
He's crazy.
I wouldn't go crazy.
But there's too much that's happened that I don't even understand. Like the Cybermen, I was still like, whoa.
Oh, that goes way back.
I know that goes way back, and that was.
And a lot of it does. The Daleks, everything all refers back, and I'm okay with that because I watched Tom Baker.
Yeah.
Everyone has seen Baker at some point. Everyone knows the scarf.
Yeah.
That's the one I'm most familiar with, and then I believe it was Peter Davison or Davison, one of the two.
I'm sorry, let me just look at you and go,
the blonde with the glasses and the tan trench coat. Yeah, keep looking. That was my Doctor Who.
At least I'm not giving you a glare like you gave me at the burrito place.
If looks could kill.
If looks could kill, shit, I was so afraid I almost went to a Home Depot and got paint supplies. I was going to try and blend in. That was kind of rough, wasn't it? Nah, the Kobe joke was worse.
Yeah, Kobe joke was worse.
I think what I really enjoyed about this episode is that I felt like it was engineered to a new audience so that if you didn't watch Doctor Who before, you can come into this and you wouldn't be that far behind.
They did explain a lot, but there's still a lot of the backstory with the Daleks, with the Cybermen. If you haven't watched it for the previous, 10, 11 Doctors now? Because Capaldi's 12.
I think we agree it was 13 because John Hurt was technically a doctor even though it's like one episode.
But
John Hurt as a doctor is, in my opinion, a good idea.
Sure.
Especially the War Doctor.
Sure.
I think he was a good War Doctor.
Sure.
Did you watch it?
No.
That's what I say about that. So back to your comment about the guy with the blonde hair and tan jacket.
Yeah, I like I said, I watched it.
This is the worst Doctor Who conversation ever. Yeah, I knew the guy in a scarf, fucking TARDIS.
Everyone else will know, not you. But yeah, modern. I didn't even watch Eccleston. I didn't watch Tennant. Didn't watch Smith. I jumped in strictly for Capaldi. That's it.
You know what? And to be honest with you, I kind of wish that he was. We have a retweet. I kind of wish that he was my first Doctor. Like I like Eccleston and all, but Capaldi was definitely a good bridge for a lot of people who are getting into Doctor Who. Because it was like myself that got into it. I know you started watching it again. Ryan did, and obviously you just admitted you binge watched the shit out of it recently and capped your internet. Good for you, by the way. Fight the system. Did you call Kojiko and just said, MMS them a picture of your finger? They like that.
I should do that.
Just send her the picture of Pete Holmes. She can send it. There you go.
No, just do like, hey, my internet's not working. Can I send you a screenshot of my ping results? Sure. Sir, you just sent me a picture. You give me a middle finger. It worked, didn't it? Click. And then you're like, oh, they turned my internet off. I guess they didn't think it was funny. I thought it was magnificent. If I was a doctor, it'd be horrible. I would program the TARDIS to talk like Stephen Hawking. I would never get bored. A female Stephen Hawking.
Ooh.
And they would always talk dirty to me.
Why doesn't that shock me?
I want her to tell me to upgrade her RAM.
With your RAM stick?
You want me to do what in the motherboard? I can do this.
Terrible.
I think what I really enjoyed about the episode is that Capaldi kind of My favorite episode of the entire season, which a lot of people didn't like, was the one where you didn't actually see a monster, and it was under the blankets. But it was just how powerful. What they proved that you don't need to have a big TV budget to make something awesome, and that was amazing. Like even I was like, "Oh, this is kind of freaking me out." Like, I gotta take a shit, but I ain't leaving here. Like, I come back and my bed's got like a person underneath the blanket. I'm like, "Fuck." And then I would just go out.
Get out. Okay, I'm out here.
You do what it tells you. I gotta understand people. It's like I came home one day and my house is like, get out. And I just sat down and had some popcorn. And I looked over and my wife was murdered. And I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, no,
who would have thought that would happen?
No, asshole, you fucking leave. When you hear that shit, you fucking leave. Blang, blang. That's what I gotta say about that.
You're like hopping fences like parkour style.
I'm like Trevor. Trevor didn't make it. No, what was his real name? I sent that to you. So I found did you ever see the YouTube video of the guy doing parkour and he's flying in midair?
Yes. And this is the place where Trevor fucked up.
Oh, yeah,
and all of a sudden, boom! And he smashes
I found
his teeth.
the actual YouTube video that was up from them. And the guy's like, actually, I didn't die. I had my teeth knocked the fuck out. I was like, and they're like, and I didn't miss. I slipped because the top of the. I'm like, first off, asshole, you shouldn't be doing parkour. That's what I've learned from watching this video. Secondly, you should not do parkour. Thirdly, heads up. I don't know.
Or heads down, in that case.
I haven't seen someone's face get that told in fucking Hoyt and fucking Fury.
Oh, that wasn't his face. That was his chest.
That was everything. All of this was gone.
Waist up, gone.
Well,
hello, Mortar Shell.
We're totally off track, but before we go back on, I think the funny part about that movie is that I've always wondered to myself, what would happen if you got shot by a rocket or bolt, whatever you call it, they go to the cannon. What would happen if it hit you in the head?
We found out. Yeah.
Explained. Explained. Like you didn't even see the blood. It was that quick. It's like, oh, this guy, oh, he's dead. Why? Because half of it's gone. It's on the other side of the field. Hoyt didn't have enough true blood to put him back together.
Ouch.
Sucker.
Why didn't you buy the Sookie pop figure today?
Because I would just sit there and stare and go, sucker. Sucker. My news podcast would consist of me sitting there going, sucker.
I wonder how pissed off he would be if that's what I got him for Christmas.
No, all we should be for Christmas is Donnie, so I can put Walter right beside him, and I can just sit there, look up at him at night, like Walt is telling him to shut the fuck up. That is awesome. But I think we should have a Doctor Who pop character. I would get one of.
They have their own.
Do they?
Yes.
Oh.
It's a different line. It's not the same as the other
It's gotta be
vinyls.
pop.
No, it is. It is by Funko.
Oh, okay. Because I would like to have a Capaldi. I don't know. I like his suit.
It's not that style with the oversized head, but they do have them.
I don't like it now. Yes, I'm being difficult.
You
I don't even
can
care.
look them up. It's okay.
I
You might
look
see it
them
and you
up.
might.
What was your favorite episode, dickhead? See how I got him back on track?
Yeah.
I even called him a dickhead.
Nothing new there.
That's just normal.
I do admit I did like that episode that you had enjoyed the sheet, the monster, not knowing, just because of the way they looped it back at the end, especially under the bed.
Yep.
That was good. There was a couple, the Robin Hood episode I actually really enjoyed.
I didn't think it was good. I didn't think it was
It was
bad.
entertaining.
It was entertaining.
That's the way I had taken it. But
What was the episode you didn't like? I know what mine is, and it's just, I think we made fun of it together the other day. Mine was the episode when the girl was able to see shit. They were in this forest with Mr. Pink.
Oh, with the overgrown forest.
And it always looked like she was having like a freaking stroke.
Yeah.
And she's like, and it was like, she's having a stroke, man.
She was having a steak. What?
Steak, stroke.
I did not care for that episode.
It was so, like, because they were trying to bring in Pink. What's his first name, anyways? Danny Pink. They're trying to bring his Clara's boyfriend into the fold, and it just felt like they were trying too hard. So they brought in the kids into school.
And then they had him, and then all of a sudden, all of London is now a forest.
And the other episode I didn't like. I didn't like it because the main thing was spiders.
Oh, yes.
The fucking germ spiders freaked me the fuck out. What's going on? I was just spider. Where do you go? I got fucking Febreze. Dead. I got it. I don't know. It's just the episode wasn't that good. It felt like it was reaching a lot to try and get you to be very interested.
The other one, I didn't mind the spider one so much. The other one was the one with the shadows on the wall, on the floor. The two-dimensional beings.
I didn't think that was too bad. Cool how they turned into like murals on the walls and stuff like that.
Yeah,
that was different.
It was different, but I thought for something as well produced as Doctor Who, that CGI at the end was terrible.
Well, yeah, I guess I can give you that. But it wasn't that bad. Like I've seen
I'm
worse.
sure it was
like
meant
you got,
to be that
classics like Iron Sky,
Oh,
Hitler riding a T-Rex. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm still
Leave
not
it at
watching
that.
it.
You
Shut
are
up.
going to watch.
No, I will not.
We will have an Iron Sky marathon.
I will leave.
You will not leave. I will buy burritos and put them in front of you. So you can't leave because you're too busy attacking the burrito.
Then I won't be paying attention to the movie anyway.
You will look. You will watch Iron Sky.
So do we actually want to talk about the finale?
Yes, we'll talk about the finale. The two-piece finale. I think what I liked about the first piece, it had a very Lord of the Rings feel. Because when they were in, as I would call it, Mount Doom, which was they were inside a volcano, and she's got the keys to the TARDIS, and she's like, "Help me,
Resurrect
ruining
Danny.
it for you." But Danny died. Spoiler. Whatever. Watch the fucking show.
I will be.
It's not my fault that you binge watch all 22 Doctors or whatever
You
it
should have
is.
skipped one. Watch Capaldi.
You should have skipped Baker. No, that's the one everyone likes.
Everyone likes Baker.
Yeah. Skip Tennant.
Too late.
He's not that dark though.
It's too late.
It's too late.
She already watched it.
It's done. It's done.
Could have been like.
Hey, ass butt. I have to watch Supernatural to understand this, but I might just download the musical episode just to watch the musical episode. But is it better than House's musical episode?
I never saw House's musical episode.
House's musical episode was quite epic.
I was actually going to tweet today. Apparently, it's like the new thing in television now. You hit a milestone, like 100 episodes,
Yep.
200 episodes,
Yep.
make a fucking musical.
You can call Seth MacFarlane now and thank him, because that's all he ever does in Family Guy. As soon as he gets a milestone, they do a fucking sing-a-dance.
He also shows it to like older people and then asks them their opinion on the show, which is usually I hate it.
Mind you, Whedon, I think, did it first.
Yes, no, I don't think he did it first. I think he was one of the ones that got popular for it. Well, I'm sure there was someone else who'd done it.
I don't know.
I know ER did a cheesy one. It wasn't good
I
at
don't know.
all.
Buffy's was like season 6. It was just after their 100th episode. It ended up turning out because season 6 started off at like episode 101.
Okay, so Claire is in the pit throwing keys in the fucking lava now.
Goddamn segue.
God damn it.
It's dark. Because she wanted him to go back in time to save Pink.
Yeah.
And she's got all the keys to the TARDIS and she's tossing
Threatening
it in. Like, if I don't hear anything else besides yes, a key goes in. It's like, no, Pink, try again. You're like, oh my god, I think
She's getting vicious. I'm like, Jesus.
This is her last season. So
Well, I'm sure there's going to be
there's going to be a new companion, but
it's going to be a couple of episodes before they phase her out.
I think they're going to phase her on the Christmas special. I think that's what I heard.
Perhaps.
I could be wrong. Ultimately, what happened was it was just a hallucination the doctor did to her.
Well, no, she did it to him with the sleep patches or whatever.
Yeah.
That she slapped on his neck.
Yeah.
And he started hallucinating, and they were both.
That was still
involved.
pretty fucking intense. Though.
Yeah.
The fact-
idea of heaven.
That was
M3 or
that whole episode was just fucked. Like, there's no
Both,
other way
yeah.
to put it. It's like, am I dead? Somewhat.
Yeah.
Like, because the Pink dies and he's in this, I guess you would say, an alternate universe. But the guy who's his companion was there is not coming out and telling him where he is or what is up.
never actually says he's dead.
And he's like, oh, look at that. Everything's going as planned. You're going to go back. And he's like, really? Next thing he's a fucking Cyberman. You're like, what the fuck?
Literally, yeah. It's,
Hit the feels. Hit the feels.
Yeah.
As Reader would say.
it was good.
It was
Literally, everyone that was dead was coming back as a Cyberman. It was just crazy. And then at that point, the rain was going to continue to. Oh, what was it? They all rose. Then there was something else. I'm trying to think now.
That's called chlamydia. Oh shit, wrong show. Oh shit.
I'm trying to think because the clouds were supposed to disperse and they didn't.
Yeah.
And then it was
He's
supposed to.
really deep in thought.
I'm trying to think of what the actual other part of it was.
Jennifer
Try stroking
Lawrence's
your beard
tits.
a little.
Just think about Jennifer Lawrence's tits. Okay,
That
you remember now?
doesn't
Oh shit. Wow,
Now I'm
she
even
gets
more
mad every
distracted.
time it's mentioned. It's not
Now
my
I'm even
fault
more
her-
distracted.
You know, I just want to say, Christopher Walken.
Now he's distracted by the.
Need more cow
Hey.
now.
Hey, that's the exact opposite of Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Walken.
Bad joke.
It was a great joke. I giggle every time I tell it. Anyways, did you figure it out yet?
No, I don't. I don't remember off the top of my
Sweet
head.
Jennifer Lawrence's
I don't
tits.
know. You should know. You just watched it too.
Her
But
boobs are not that good anyways. Like, I wasn't impressed.
Segue.
Segue to what? Do you even know what we're talking about? All I know is that I was in a freaking UPS store and I thought I was going to get raped today. Okay.
well, regardless, you,
Now I'm trying to think about it.
see. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cybermen all come back. The clouds did not disperse.
No. We were basically going to have all the clouds rain and erase the entire army. They were going to destroy the entire human race, but then res the entire human race to then go destroy California Academy. Oh, is that right? Is that right? Sound right to you?
Sounds right.
Sounds right. Even though this woman, which I don't recall her,
Missy
Missy, it was actually the
is the
doctor's friend.
mistress. It is actually the master.
The master.
Yes.
Master Blaster.
Yes. See, now you know master.
I don't know Master.
Obviously.
Well,
I mean,
man, out like this is the
I'm
worst
surprised
Doctor
you
Who
did.
conversation ever. It's like, you know this, right?
They-
Are you in?
Well, you watched Eccleston. They didn't make any mention of the
No,
master.
they made no mention to a lot of things in Eccleston. The only thing I really remember from Eccleston is mannequins. The first episode was like the weird mannequin episode.
Fucking mannequins.
I don't
God damn.
trust mannequins.
No, I had a level, I think, in Manhunt or Manhunt 2. where
Oh,
these-
yes.
The
I remember
mannequins that follow you. You like turn your back and they appear somewhere else.
Yep.
They eventually start blocking your path.
Good.
Creepy. Don't.
And then at basically the end of the episode, Pink. I don't know. That was a tough moral issue at the end of that episode.
Where he turns off the emotions.
Yeah.
At that point, he becomes the general of the cyber army, sends them all off to blow up and
I
take
think
out
it's
the
kind of
clouds.
funny, the whole episode. You think this broad is trying to destroy the entire human race, but all it was a gift to the Doctor.
Yeah.
She basically gained control of the entire army of Cybermen. You were just like,
Yeah.
You're like, I don't get it. It actually took me a minute after I was struck.
Well, she's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the self-sacrifice with Danny, and that's where everyone's like, "Oh, it's an emotional episode, tearjerker."
Who
Blah
is
blah
a
blah.
tearjerker?
I still think you're a pussy. I'm
like,
I'm like, okay, this is good. Yes,
this
emotional
was on the
attachment,
feels,
but
bro. It's all over the
I'm
feels.
sorry, I didn't shed any tears. I did not.
Of course not, because you shed tears. You would cure cancer with
That's
your
right.
beard. We talked
I
about
admit
this.
the one part that I thought was a little better was the tribute with the father.
Yes.
That wanted to be saluted at the end, the final Cyberman standing there.
Yeah.
The Doctor gives him the salute, off he goes.
Yeah, see that was kind of cool. But then it preludes into a little segue after the episode, which anyone who's a fan of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz,
Anything in that
Realm, whatever that really horrible drinking movie that turns into aliens.
Oh, yeah.
Nick Frost is Santa Claus in the Christmas special of Doctor Who.
No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
they literally credits roll and you hear the music and it gives not even 20 seconds and all of a sudden you hear knock 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 on the TARDIS door. It's like, what? Knock, knock, knock. Door opens. Nick Frost comes in as Santa Claus. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Yep.
I have some catching up to do.
And then the actual trailer is just hilarious. You're like, how do you go wrong with Nick Frost being Santa Claus? Like, he hasn't done much. Like, I've seen a couple things here and there.
If Simon Pegg appears in, actually, he's already been in.
He's been in. He was in
Doctor Who
Eccleston's.
earlier on. Yeah.
He was in that really weird episode with that shit in the ceiling. I don't remember what the thing was called.
They need to bring back Captain Jack.
Captain Jack. You know, he's busy these days.
Yeah, he's not as busy as he was.
I think Malcolm Merlin and Arrow is going to get pretty popular again soon.
And I think he's got some time to do an episode
Well,
or
I'm
two.
not saying that he doesn't, but I mean, Captain
We're not
Jack
gonna
and Torchwood. I haven't watched Torchwood. I've been told I need to watch Torchwood.
Do you want all the seasons? I've got them sitting.
That chick had giant teeth. Look at that.
I've got it all if you want it.
She had a bigger mouth than the Joker did.
That's scary.
That is piano teeth and all.
Oy.
I don't know. Anyways, yes, I may want to watch that. So, not too bad Doctor Who discussion. We were almost on topic for most of it.
What, maybe like half?
Well, let's see. 28 and a half minutes. 28 and a half
Maybe
minutes.
14 of it on Who.
16. I'm bartering up.
Oh,
Actually, I don't count the first 4 minutes of that Beard song that was randomly playing.
You started it, so.
it was on your phone.
I mean, you started the podcast.
I always start the podcast with, and that's how I end it.